What's up, Broncos country? Are you ready to dive headfirst into the most shocking and exciting pick of the 2025 NFL Draft? Today we're breaking down the selection that caught everyone off guard. Cornerback Jahdae Barron, our Denver Broncos' first-round pick. Grab a cold beer, throw on your orange and blue jersey, and let's dissect this pick that's got everyone talking. We'll go over what the experts are saying, why Sean Payton and George Paton bet on this guy, and how he might turn our defense into an absolute brick wall. And of course, I want to hear from you in the comments. What did you think of the pick? Let's get into it. Let's be real, Broncos country. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected the Broncos to go cornerback in the first round, especially at pick number 20 overall. Everyone had their eyes on a running back like Omarion Hampton or Tre'Veyon Henderson, or maybe a wide receiver to give our QB Bo Nix more weapons. But what did Sean Payton and George Paton do? They threw a major curveball and selected Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of the University of Texas. When Barron's name was announced, the internet went wild. Some fans were confused, some were hyped from the start, and then there was that one dude on Twitter like, "What? Another DB?" But hold up, because this pick is starting to make a lot of sense, and the experts are handing out high grades. According to Mile High Report, the Barron pick was a surprise, but once the dust settled, people realized our defense just got insanely better. So, Broncos country, what did you feel when you heard Barron's name called? Did you jump off the couch or start scratching your head? Drop your reactions in the comments. But who is this Jahdae Barron guy who stole the spotlight on draft night? Let's get to know the man who's about to make noise in Denver. Barron is a 23-year-old cornerback, 5'11", 194 lbs, who played for the Texas Longhorns. And listen, this dude is no slouch. He won the Jim Thorpe Award in 2024, which goes to the best defensive back in college football. That's right, Broncos country. We drafted the best DB in the nation. He's an absolute beast on the field. In 2024, he racked up 67 total tackles, led the SEC with 5 interceptions, and had 11 pass breakups. Plus, he's blazing fast. He clocked a 4.39 in the 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. What really stands out is his versatility. Barron can play outside corner in the slot and even line up at safety. He's like a Swiss Army knife. For the secondary, Bleacher Report described Barron as a highly versatile defensive back with instincts and adaptability to thrive in any secondary role. They also said he has a high ceiling in multiple defensive schemes, music to the ears of every Broncos fan out there. So what do you say, Broncos country? Can you already picture this guy flying around at Mile High? Now let's talk about why Sean Payton and George Paton went with Barron over an offensive weapon. Broncos country, the answer lies in strategy. Build an unbreakable defense to handle the high-powered offenses of the AFC West. Think about it. We face Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and now the new-look Raiders twice a year. We need a secondary that brings back the true no-fly zone, and Barron is that missing piece. According to The Athletic, the Broncos kept their interest in Barron very quiet during the pre-draft process. George Paton admitted they tried to mask how much they wanted him because they didn't expect him to still be on the board at number 20. That shows just how high they were on his talent. And Sean Payton, in his usual mastermind style, called Barron an A-plus learner, someone who soaks up the playbook like a sponge. Another factor, his chemistry with our current secondary. We already have Patrick Surtain, too, the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, along with guys like Riley Moss, Brandon Jones, and Talanoa Hufanga. Barron comes in as the perfect partner for Surtain, especially in the nickel where he can shine, covering the slot and locking down speedy receivers. Broncos country, think about it. Surtain and Barron together? That's like Batman and Robin, but with more interceptions and bone-crushing tackles. What do you think of this duo? Is the AFC West ready for this defensive wall? Drop your predictions below. Now, let's take a look at what the experts are saying about the Barron pick. Buckle up, Broncos country, because the grades are in and they're solid. Mile High Report gave it an A, saying Barron dramatically improves the defense and fits Vance Joseph's scheme perfectly. They also noted that Next Gen Stats ranked Barron as the 5th best overall prospect in the draft, making him a huge value at pick 20. The Athletic gave it a B+. They called Barron a dynamic piece to pair with Certain and said Denver saw something special in his tape that made them fall in love. Sporting News gave it a B, saying that while it was a surprise, Barron was simply too good to pass up. They also said the pick shows Denver is prioritizing raw talent over mock draft expectations. Bleacher Report also gave it a B+. They praised Barron's intelligence and instincts, calling him a versatile defensive weapon in the NFLSI.com. More cautious with a B, but still called Barron an instinctive, explosive player who fits well at nickel or even at safety. And there's more. On Twitter, analyst Geometrics posted that Barron had some wild numbers, like a 99% market share in tackles for loss and 94% in passes defended. That's game-changing stuff, Broncos country. All right, Broncos country, what grade would you give this pick? A, B, or are you thinking Peyton's playing chess while we're playing checkers? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now that we know who Barron is and what the experts think, let's talk about how he fits into our team. The Broncos' secondary is already one of the best in the NFL, with Patrick Surtain, too, leading the way. But what Barron brings is versatility and a nose for the ball. He's not just a solid cover guy. He's always around the action, whether it's picking off passes, breaking them up, or laying down big hits. SI.com compared Barron to guys like the Chiefs' Trent McDuffie and the Lions' Brian Branch. These are slot corner specialists who can also cover the boundary and even line up as safeties. Barron is expected to start in the nickel, but Vance Joseph, who moves his defense around like a DJ on the turntables, is likely to use him in multiple roles. And get this, Barron already said he's hyped to play in Denver because our defensive scheme values versatility. In a post-draft interview, he said, "I had a feeling Denver might want me because they like guys who move around a lot on defense. It's a perfect fit." That's the kind of energy we love, Broncos country. But hey, it's not all sunshine. Some analysts, like the folks over at Heavy.com, pointed out that Barron's arrival could put pressure on guys like Jaquan McMillian, our current nickel, and even Riley Moss, who's emerging as a solid CB2. So what do you think? Will Barron take someone's spot or just add depth to the rotation? Is McMillian going to have to fight to keep his job? Let us know in the comments. Now, let's look ahead. Drafting Barron in the first round is a bet on raw talent and building a defense that can dominate the NFL for years to come. With Surtain, Hufanga, Greenlaw, and now Barron, our D is starting to look like a wall. And in a division with offenses like the Chiefs and Chargers, that's crucial. The Denver Post said Barron adds long-term versatility and intrigue to the Broncos' secondary. They believe he can grow alongside Certain and help build an even stronger defensive identity. Barron himself is confident. In a press conference, he said he wants to learn from the vets and dominate any position they put me in. Of course, some fans were a little upset we didn't grab an offensive player. I get it, Broncos country. We want to see Bo Nix with more weapons. But Peyton already said the draft's not over, and there's still a lot of talent available in round 2, like RB Treveyan Henderson. So don't worry, help is on the way for the offense, too. Broncos country, this is your time to shine. What did you think of the Jahdae Barron pick? Is he going to be the next big name in our secondary, or are you still wishing we'd gone offense? In the first round? Let us know in the comments. We're all part of this orange and blue family, and hey, what nickname would you give Barron? The Interceptor? The Swiss Army Knife? Get creative. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any Broncos content. Let's grow this channel like the mile-high crowd on game day. Broncos country. Jahdae Barron might have been a surprise pick, but it's clear Sean Payton and George Paton have a plan. They grabbed a guy with talent, versatility, and love for the game. Barron's here to make history alongside Patrick Surtain, too, and turn our defense into a machine, so let's embrace this new chapter. The 2025 draft is just getting started, and the Broncos are showing they're ready to battle in the AFC West. Stay tuned for more breakdowns, highlights, and all things Broncos. And as always, go Broncos.